Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Carly.
And hello to you third-party listeners. This is going to be, what'd you say, a rough draft?
Our test run.
Test run of the VVS Declassified podcast.
Working
title.
Yes.
Before we start, thank you, Mrs. Hubbard, for being our mentor.
Thank you so much.
This is really exciting. We both really wanted to do something where we could just let you get in the mind of a high schooler and, what we do.
We're representing the population.
Yeah. We're not great representations, but, maybe okay representations.
Good enough.
Anyway, though, the main theme of today's episode is procrastination, because we conceived this idea 4 months ago.
We're just getting to it now.
Yeah, I've been pushing it off. Rachel's been pretty on it, but
I've been trying.
She's been trying. I have a job, I've got homework, I've got to sleep. I like to sleep.
Sleeping is really good.
It's so good.
Just a lot of things to juggle, mainly, throughout the years.
Yeah. So what's the thing you've been pushing off the most?
The thing I've been pushing off the most would be probably my economics homework.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That easy to push off. Sorry, Mr. Merrill, but, I'm not as emotionally invested in economics as you probably want me to be. Anything else?
No, just economics homework.
You only push off economics? Yesterday you were pushing off A&P.
Well, that's just a given. Well, when you don't understand something, it's easier to put things to the side.
Yeah,
and just not want to work on it, which is it's wrong.
Yeah,
but you do it anyway.
Definitely. Yeah, like I said, I've been procrastinating getting to this, which is kind of silly of me because I was really excited. And I still am excited. Yeah. On top of that, I spent the whole marking period procrastinating doing a memo for government.
That's right.
Yeah, I only did it yesterday, I had all semester to do it.
I did it
not semester, marking. Well,
2
semester.
days ago.
Yeah, we both procrastinated that. And, I love state and government. It's a great class, but, as soon as I'm asked to do anything in it, I'm no.
I think I would consider myself a professional procrastinator.
That's a good term.
I wouldn't hand business cards out to people with that title.
I'd like to see that actually if you could.
That costs money. That's not worth it in the end. But if people label me procrastinator, I won't fight it.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does happen, but it's not always the most important. What am I saying? It's not always a good thing. Sometimes it does help. It gives you, time to space out your,
thoughts or ideas.
And, decompress a bit.
But also, the pressure of deadlines may it's your fight or flight response kind of kicks off.
Well, actually, more than fight or flight, I forget where I heard this, but there are more than, there are actually 4. And it's not fight or flight, it's fight, flight, freeze, befriend, and those are the responses to something.
Really?
Yeah, that was incredible to learn, because I was that explains why I never
I'd really like
run
a source
or
for
fight.
that, but
I do too. It's just something I heard a while ago. But if you think about it, when you're afraid of something, do you fight it?
Never.
Do you run away in terror?
Well,
does everyone run away in terror? No, some people just stand there looking kind of stupid. Not to be mean, but you look like a deer in the headlights sometimes. If you're at a maze, one of those haunted mazes, and then someone comes out, I don't always scream and punch them. I'm just
I'm you kind of shake. You're kind of shaking a little bit.
Or when you're trying to kind of play it off, and you're hi guys. I was going through and someone jumped out and grabbed me, and I was how you doing today? So yeah, but where did that start?
Fight or flight.
Procrastination.
That's where we were starting.
Oh, so how to deal with it.
Right, we're here to give you tips.
We're trying to be inspiring and insightful by quoting others.
It won't always help.
It won't.
But we'll try our best.
Yeah. Not to sound too basic, but there are good ways to fight procrastination. So on this list from collegeexpress.com,
Good website.
Great website.
I read it. It was really good. She's going to give you great tips if I didn't interrupt you just now. But.
Okay, so it says first you got to get organized, which 100%, yeah.
If you have one binder full of all of your subjects and it's just a giant mess, you'll never find anything or get to anything whatsoever.
First-hand experience, I don't know why, but I got this really nice notebook this year, and I only have one. So every other page is just a different subject.
So it's just notes?
Like, you've seen it. It looks crazy. I look like a crazy person.
You're very disorganized, and that's specifically why I mentioned get more than one
binder.
binder.
So you're being passive-aggressive, I see. No.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding.
Oh, sure you are. No, but it's crazy. I don't even know how I manage anything with a binder like that. And I'm hoping next semester, I'll finally organize that and rewrite my notes.
Right, it's one thing to just say something that you're gonna do something, but you actually have to planning it out and writing it down makes it come to fruition more.
Yeah, more on like planning this podcast. Like we were just talking about it back and forth until like Rachel, you made us sit down and write down the structure we wanted for our first episode, which organizing that really sped things up.
I know for me, if I don't write it down, I will forget, and it'll be in the back of my mind. I'll never remember whatsoever.
Okay, moving on before we run out of time. It says to set simple, achievable goals. And pretty self-explanatory. If you have to climb to the stars and back to get something done, you're going to put it off forever. But if you have to walk across the room to turn on the light switch, like, it's a lot easier.
It's different. Like structure, planning in, I'd say 5 to 10 minute breaks really just gives your mind some time to rest and think, okay, I got this much done in this amount of time. I wonder what I can get done in like the next 20 minutes before my break, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But so taking in small increments is good, I would say.
I like how you just skipped right ahead on to 3, because 3 is create a timeline/schedule. We didn't even establish that, but like good for tying that in. Then for 4, it says to set a deadline, which absolutely I would not get anything done if there wasn't a time it had to be done.
Yes.
So pretty self-explanatory. 5, get rid of distractions. Pretty standard, you get that. Like, put your phone in a different room if it helps. Or if you get stressed out when your phone isn't in the room, just try and like maybe turn it off for a little bit.
Like, even if you think you need like background noise or music, I don't have a source for this either, but I definitely read that music and white noise and other noises definitely still distracts you, even if you think you're like zoning in and focusing with it. It doesn't. It's not.
Mr. Regner really harped on us in psych last year, remember?
Yes.
He like at the time we were like, no, we listen, it helps, but then like you think about it and it really doesn't. No. Like if you're singing Lizzo's Truth Hurts when you're trying to do your algebra homework, you're gonna get lost one way or another.
You're gonna start writing the lyrics down.
Yeah, you're gonna start being like, I can't sing. So 6, this one surprised me. It says time yourself, and I never thought of that. Like just timing yourself so you know how much time you're actually spending. Like it's one thing to look at a clock and be like, oh, I started at 7:05. But like if you have a timer, like if you had a goal and you're looking at it, you're like, oh, I'm running out of time, I should probably keep working harder at this. That might be a little bit more motivational.
Or if it's the other way around and you just get so invested in it that you didn't realize that an hour had passed, that's also really good.
So,
really great.
7, you already talked about this, Rachel. Take a break. And
breaks.
We don't really need to go back to that. 8, use incentives. I still remember.
Motivators.
Yeah. In 8th grade, I was doing math corrections, and I rewarded myself every time I finished a question by giving myself like a sugar baby, one of those like little caramel sugar candies. And I finished that so quick. Like, I don't know if it was because I was excited to get candy.
Hungry.
Hungry. That's definitely it, but yeah.
It's a motivator either way, you know?
So 9, get the hard stuff done first.
See, this is where I failed, definitely. Because I always think that it's better to do the easy stuff first because it's faster, and that means I can spend more time during, like, my afternoon or my evening focusing on the bigger tasks. But it's definitely, you really run out of, like, steam and brain power just doing tedious tasks before you get to your bigger task, I would say.
Anyway, finally, last, this one I feel like could be really effective. Tell someone about your goal, because there is no greater motivator than shame. I've had some pretty crazy ideas and where I wasn't sure I was going to do them, but as soon as I told someone I was going to, and they started to, like, think I was going to, I knew I had to get it done.
Otherwise you'd be, like, embarrassed.
Yeah. I did a bad present Secret Santa, and there was no way I was planning to do this, but I saw, like, a statue and the head was off, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if this is a long story, actually. Long story short, I wanted to put a little plastic baby head on the end of the statue to make it look really funny.
But you probably weren't going to do it.
I wasn't planning to do it, but then I told Rachel, and she was like, oh, okay. And then I told another friend, and she was like, oh, that'll be really cool. I'd be excited to see that. I was like, oh, crap, now I actually have to do it. But it definitely worked, because I would have put that off, and I got it done in one night with Rachel's help.
Yeah, it looks
real bad.
No.
It looks cursed.
Cursed. That's the word.
Yeah.
That's the word. Well, to add to your list that's not actually on that website, but you know what Mitchell always says? Discipline.
Discipline. That frustrates me, but I know it's true. Like,
listen,
I know
everybody knows it's true.
Yeah.
Discipline is so important. Like, if you... I get this. I'm a professional procrastinator, like I said. So, if you justify to yourself that it can be put off, like, oh yeah, I have time tomorrow during this class or this study center or lunch, it definitely won't get done the night that you needed it to get done.
Oh, so you're saying, like, the Shia LaBeouf just do it now type of thing? Or
you definitely have to force yourself.
Force yourself?
Like, okay, justification really gets you nowhere, I feel like, because it's just making excuses for yourself.
Like, I like doing that, but she's right.
Like, for, an example would be the memo that we had to turn on Monday, technically. I justified it saying, oh, Ragnar has a 48-hour rule. I'm okay. Deadlines... He's very lenient. Well, I have study center tomorrow. I'll get some of it done. No, maybe I'll get all of it done. I didn't even get a paragraph done that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Willpower.
I only got that done because I isolated myself in the Chevron and just... That's the sound of me typing. I just did it, and then I was like, wow, I could have done this weeks ago. You know? Mm-hmm. That's the thing about procrastinating. Most of the time you can get it done pretty quick. It's just your brain tells you can't. And the only way to prove yourself wrong is to go out and do it.
Like, I wouldn't say you should feel bad about procrastinating because, well, one, it's your own fault. But two, it's your own fault, I'd say. Where was I going with that?
You're just blaming now. Wow. Very kind of you, Rachel.
You should blame yourself. Because it makes me feel bad because I know in my brain that I can just get up out of bed, walk over to my desk, and actually do it. But then I'm like, I can't. I really can't.
So, sorry. I just had a mini like stroke. Ooh, what should we do?
Oh.
But our next topic we kind of wanted to segue into was time passing, and oh my gosh.
Time just passed really quickly right now.
Yeah, like, we've been in here for 10 minutes now, and, like, it's crazy. It feels like we've been in here for 2. But in terms of time passing,
it's the end of the year.
It's the end of the year.
It's the end of 2019
The
already.
winter solstice is coming up. Do you know what that means?
No, actually.
Oh, wait, you don't?
Well, I don't know where you're going with this, so.
Oh, just that...
Time's passing.
Time's gone! We don't have any more. We're all out.
We ran out.
We ran out of time, man. No, one Twitter page I love, though, that, like, relates to this is the Year in Progress Twitter page.
Yes,
if you want to feel stressed out and scared, follow the year in progress Twitter page, every 3 days it posts like a percentage bar, yeah. Like a day ago we were 96% done with the year. A day ago. 96. We have 4% of the year left.
It's almost 2020.
I don't
new decade.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't have 2020 vision. I love those jokes and those memes. Those memes.
I hate... No.
Do you know how bad my sense of humor was at the start of the decade and how bad it is now?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's all these articles and people doing this at the beginning of the decade and this at the end. Like, we're reviewing everything, and it makes me feel old.
I feel so old. And every adult listening to this is either laughing or crying when we say this because we're 17. But I feel ancient. 10 years ago.
17 years old.
I think part of this is just because, like, technology is progressing so fast.
Yeah, like, really fast.
Like, when I was 6, my computer was, like, white. Who has a white computer? Like, you know, a big brick block computer?
Just a big, boxy...
Big old chunky square boy. And, like, every time you'd type, dust would come out of the keyboard.
What?
Are my experiences not universal?
No.
No, I had the oldest computer and a bad desk, and I had, like, in my room this really old cedar cabinet that, like, had tons of moths in it, and it gave me really bad allergic reactions. There was black mold in my walls. Who gets black mold these days? We need to bring that back.
What? No. Sometimes I can't tell if you're making a joke or you just genuinely seem like that's a good idea. No,
kids these days don't deal with enough black mold. What's gonna happen to their respiratory system?
Well, I guess the medical field has gotten better these days.
Yeah. No, but yeah, just so much of our life is, like, completely obsolete right now. You know, I feel like a little old lady who has just realized that no one uses the radio anymore. Like the old telegraph radio.
Oh, that kind of radio.
Yeah, not the radio, but like...
Because I was going to say, we have aux cords now in your
car.
aux
cords and Bluetooth. Or like, yeah, now I spend so much time in the car driving, I'm like, what am I, 32? Or like, what? Or like, I have a job. Job? What? I don't even,
You're 17.
No, I am... The thing is, I'm so immature. Sometimes when nobody's looking, I will, like, stand on the edge of my car and, like, ride down the aisle. Like, it's a wonder I haven't been fired.
They wouldn't fire you.
Like, they asked me to stay on past the season, which I'm very grateful for because I like money.
Me too.
It's good to have. But, yeah, no, we feel very old and we talk about it all the time. Sometimes in the hallways, when we walk down, we just look at each other and go, youth.
Yeah, I wonder what people walking by think of that when they just hear people mumble under their breath, youth. Like they got their head down and they're like shaking it and like, oh my god.
Youth. What? We have the same thoughts so often.
It's really scary.
Like, me and Rachel have been best friends for over a decade.
Let's see. Let's do the math. I'm 7.
We're 17.
Sorry.
So 7. Yeah, a decade roughly.
That's such a long time.
Man. That is insanity.
A decade. Do you know what that means?
No.
Neither do I.
Well, I do. It means 10 years, but no. Yeah, but the year is ending, and much like the year, our podcast is ending.
It is?
Well, we got through the list of topics, and I think we're at about 20 minutes. And we still need to, like, look back and hear this over.
Well, I was going to talk about... Well, I guess this is just the first run-through sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I was going to talk about Christmas.
Cristo? What? Sorry.
I think you just have, like, knee-jerk reactions that you can't control.
I can't. At Hobby Lobby, Christmas is unreal.
Right.
It's just a sales pitch.
Because they're Christians.
That's not even it. Like, I don't think we should talk about that considering where we are.
I'm stating a fact.
It's an evangelical company, which is very off-brand for me. But, it's crazy that even there, Christmas is just a sales technique. all of our Christmas stuff at the moment is 66% off.
That's such a random number, I feel like.
I think it's funny, too, because 666 is obviously the bad number.
The bad number?
It's a bad number for Christians, and they're still, like, they're pairing 66% with their Christmas stuff, and I'm like, ooh, that's 1/6 off, ooh.
Well, one thing, both of us have our legs crossed right now, and
we're mirroring each other.
No, I was gonna say, I'm really cutting off the blood flow to my legs right now for some reason, but
That's
I can't
your own
seem
problem.
to sit still. Anyway, Christmas is capitalism. I was debating whether or not to say that.
Well, that's a pretty unoriginal take, Rachel.
I wasn't trying to be original,
I know.
but thank you.
But thank you. No, just it's so hard to be excited about Christmas. Oh.
Thank you.
It's so hard to be excited about Christmas when I know I have to go to work the day after.
Oh.
And
that is sad.
That's really sad. Or like, it's sad when I have to go to work and like, it'd be real easy to get in the Christmas spirit, but every time I say happy holidays, they're like, Merry Christmas. It's like, yeah, happy holidays. I'm like, Merry Christmas. They're like, put the Christ back in Christmas. And I'm like, I just thought, yeah, you just might not celebrate Christmas. Like, I was just trying to be nice.
She was assuming.
Sorry, I couldn't tell you were a Christian. That could be it, though. That would probably, to them, seem like a very bad insult.
Well, the fact that they're conscious about it, maybe.
One thing, Santa is so weird.
He's real, though.
What?
Have you not seen him?
Oh, at my Christmas party at work, one of the managers, Steve, walked out, and like, because I'm naturally funny and talented, I mean, I saw him, and knee-jerk, I just went, Santa? And like, everyone in the Christmas party room heard me and burst out laughing. And I was like, it's not that funny, but they like would not stop. And like, you're so funny. And I'm like, I mean, yes, but
Carly, you should just take a compliment.
like, it's just weird when I hear like people older than me compliment me for being funny. You know, it's very unnerving.
Well, I think you should just take it as it is.
It's very hard. You know how defensive I get.
Well, yeah, that comes with like all teenagers, though. They can't really.
Don't compare me to the rest of them, Rachel.
We're supposed to be helping them. I'm trying to make a moment out of this.
Them. All of you.
What? I didn't mean it like that.
You teens.
Stop putting words in my mouth.
Wait. That reminds me when I used to see my old therapist, and she'd say teens. I could not take her seriously after that, because like, calling a group of people teens is so funny to me, because it's so like,
it's a term.
It feels so insincere. Like, you could say teenagers, I'm fine with that, but as soon as you say teens, I'm like,
I guess like coming from an adult, it's like,
yeah, you teens, and you little rascal, and I'm like, oof, that I can't take you seriously anymore. Just as a general statement, I hate like when people use the word teens.
Maybe I should use it more often then.
Oh, thanks. Just make me uncomfortable.
You're the one who put words in my mouth like 2 minutes ago.
Well,
I'm trying to make a lesson out of this.
What is there to learn, Rachel? Please.
I forgot.
No, but what we're saying is, we kind of got off topic. Christmas, time passing, procrastination. You must put off Christmas
until
time has passed.
That's what we just taught people today.
That's the lesson.
I was gonna say.
Okay, do your thing.
Talking about how, as a teenager, or teenagers in general, it's easy to like not feel like people are being sincere or truthful to you. Like you were saying, you can't take people seriously when they say teens. But
Christmas.
Right, Christmas. I just lost my train of thought again.
There is no such thing as a train of thought or consciousness. Consciousness.
What?
Consciousness? It doesn't sound right.
Well, now I don't know how to say it.
Neither do I. Well, good talking to you, Rachel.
Oh my god. Wait, can I say that?
What?
Oh my god.
No, you can't.
I don't want to be offensive.
We can't be offensive until week 3.
Oh, is that like a rule? Like an unspoken rule that I didn't know about podcasters? They tell you in the biz.
You watch way more podcasts than me.
This is true. I do love podcasts.
Rachel's a connoisseur of podcasts. Well, what accent was that? I tried to go French, but I don't think they pronounced
that was French?
I tried to. Connoisseur.
One thing. Okay.
I managed to pass French, which is a miracle.
Honestly, yeah. Now that I think about it, I really don't know how you got through that.
Bonjour. What? That's not right.
How you say it.
That's not right. Every day I was just like, hey, Rachel, what's this word? Hey, Rachel, what's this word?
We just
Brian.
all did the work together.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, why don't we talk about, future plans for this?
Oh, yeah, we should probably wrap this up.
No.
Future plans, though.
Give it 10 minutes.
We want this podcast to be a place where you can, 1, get advice, and 2, get in the mind of what is essentially terminally... What? No. Our school experience. All of it is limited and, I was thinking terminal as in for a period of time, not as in we're gonna die.
Yes, that's what I was scared that you were about to say.
I wasn't gonna... No. It's a finite experience, and we want you to understand, things and stuff. So that's why we had a bit about how old we feel and stuff like that, because you really don't value your time until you don't got much left.
Wow, that was so quotable.
Was it?
Yes.
Thanks, I try.
Well, what I was gonna say was, I know when you see, the title, How to Deal with Procrastination, nobody really wants to click on it.
You're gonna procrastinate that video.
Yes. Okay.
Or, my YouTube watch later thing.
The thing is, the things we talk about might not seem, interesting or helpful, but we'll really try and make it that way.
Whether or not we help you, we want views.
Oh my God, why do you have to make everything about numbers?
I don't know. I'm more of a feelings girl, personally.
This is a school podcast, and you want results from this?
I want to educate the youth. The youth being ages 18 to 14 and above.
That was a sentence. You just said that. Wow.
I don't know.
Oh my God. No,
Sorry, I just pointed at her because she went, oh my God, and before
she was... Oh my God. I almost did it again.
That's good.
For me, when I see some podcast episodes, there's one on Spotify that also has teenagers talking about how to deal with life. But they go off topic way more than we do, and I can tell that from the first episode that we just did.
Well, we might get more comfortable.
True. But they always have such meaningful titles that make me, question...
Jealous?
Sure. How to juggle school and work and all these things. Just things that you wouldn't normally click on, but then when you think about it, you're oh, this could be helpful, or, oh, I want to learn more about this even if, I don't end up doing any of the things they tell me to do. Yeah.
It's good information to have in the back of your mind, so at the very least you can help other people.
What I'm trying to say is a school podcast might not seem interesting, but we're trying to make it that way.
Yeah, well, this is our first episode. We're definitely going to do some things to spice it up, iCarly style.
You just love iCarly.
Well, my name is Carly.
But with an E. Therefore, non-existent.
Therefore, irrelevant. One thing I was thinking, though, while you were saying that is, for other topics I want to do, obviously we got to look into them more, but, if we could talk about things like body image and, more real-world skills, getting a job. Obviously, I have experience in that. or like getting your driver's license, stuff like that. I think that could be really helpful. Or even if we could somehow manage to set up like we were making a Twitter page for this.
Right, I was gonna say, I don't know if we should make a Twitter page or an Instagram page, because I don't know what's popular anymore. I'm old.
Both.
So, like, if you ever, like, see us in the hallway, just, like, stop us and be like, hey.
They don't even know what we look like. Well, they might know what I look like. I'm morning announcements girl.
Yeah, so just yell, hey, morning announcements girl.
That's actually what happens sometimes.
I like Twitter or Instagram more. Because, like, I don't want to make a Twitter page if no one goes on Twitter. I gotta say relevant.
Relevant.
Now, currently, you can't see this, but Carly is picking at her arms.
No. Stop. They can't know.
You stop doing it then.
No.
Oh my god, I said it again. What? This is just gonna turn into me yelling at you.
2 more. Give me 2 more pores. I have keratosis pilaris on my arms, and it's very hard to live with.
There goes our timer again.
That's the 3rd time. Okay.
Wait, we should wrap this up.
Yeah, we should. But we want to set up a way of communication so we can talk about the things you want to talk about. And, like, even if you guys, like
questions.
Questions.
If you guys have questions.
Or one thing, we want to get more people involved on this. We want to have guests. So if there's, like, a thing going on in school.
Like a current event, school event.
Or if, like you have you're in a club and you want to get more people in the club, maybe.
You want to promote.
We could either, have, like, your club president or club teacher, guide person come in, talk about the club a bit, stuff like that.
Yeah, we could also have more themed episodes just around teachers if you guys wanted to hear anything else about
We could,
that.
like, have a compilation of all our best Mr. Regner stories.
I'd have to, like, dig deep in my brain for those.
Oh, I don't need to dig very deep. I love Regner. And I'd mostly just talk about Regner bingo.
Now that you said that, we have to force him to listen to this.
Oh, we do.
He loves podcasts anyway, I know that much.
We have to have Mr. Regner on, though. He'd probably...
It's a guarantee.
Yeah, I want him to be our first teacher guest. So, Mr. Regner...
Now that you're saying it, it can come to fruition and you're not going to procrastinate on it, right?
Hopefully. But yeah, Mr. Regner...
If you're listening, we love you and we want you on the VVS Redcast. Wait, that's not what it's called. We don't even have a title yet.
We were thinking VVS Declassified.
From Ned's Declassified.
They don't need to know the inspiration.
I really feel like they need to, though.
Okay, they do, but...
But, Mr. Regner, if you're listening, we can't really talk about politics, even though you might want to, because we can't be too radical over here.
I wouldn't say that's the issue. It's just, it gets boring and who wants to listen to that?
Yeah, we might just end up yelling, so that might not be a good thing.
Yeah, it'd just be me and Rachel in the corner shouting, Yang Gang! Yang Gang! Yang Gang! But yeah.
They don't even know what that is.
Well, I don't know. We could have some...
We'll tell them later.
We could have
We'll tell you later.
I'm sure there are some hip kids at VVS who know exactly what that means.
I don't like that word.
Hip kids?
Hip.
Hello, fellow kids.
Yeah, exactly. Now that we're old.
Hello, fellow teens.
Oh my god, we need to stop talking about this now.
How do we, like, one thing, I don't want to, like, bang on the wall to get her. Like, she's facing away from us.
You're just gonna wave at the... I wish they could kind of see this. That's it for us.
She didn't
over
do
here.
anything.
Maybe this could be our chance to learn how to wrap things up nicer.
No, it won't.
Maybe we just open the door and walk out. This will be cut. We should end.
Yeah.
We should end this. We should put an outro
just
so
leave.
we can, like, cut
Leave.
Leave. Please go do your homework.
Do your homework, kids.
I know you don't want to.